Hello, welcome back. This week we are going to show you putting on the roof. So exciting! The truck boom wasn't working from the inside, so he had to get out and use the outside manual controls. The boom truck will lift the plywood up to the second story, so it is accessible to the roof after the trusses are up. He also had to extend the boom before he picked up the plywood. They had to figure out where to put the plywood on the second floor so that it would be easily accessible, but also that it would not be in the way of people getting up and down on the trusses. He has to move the truck to the front of the house so he could set the trusses up from there. It took 5 hours to set up the trusses, so I sped it up quite a bit. Thanks to Luke and his boys, our friend Cameron, and our son Josh, Tim didn't have to get up there to work. While they were waiting, they marked out the trusses 2 foot on center. They put bird blocking in between the trusses as they set them up. They also put blocking in between the trusses up high.
I am so glad these younger guys installed the trusses and roof sheathing. I can't really climb around anymore, and I don't have a good sense of balance with my bad knee. Makes me sound like a whiner, but it's the truth. Luke's 2 older sons came over and put the roof underlayment on after I finished framing the lower roof areas. That was about 3 weeks after the trusses were installed. All of the roof sections on our house are 612 pitched, as any less of a pitch wouldn't shed the snow. In this video you can see the step ladders being used to install the fascia. The area where I framed the short roofs has the ceiling joists of the lower floor below to set plywood on for working on the upper roof, installing the upper floor windows and the siding on the upper north and south walls. There is still a lot of high work to be completed with the snorkel lift we are going to rent. The peak of the upper roof is 28 feet above the ground. When the boys put on the underlayment, they also installed safety ring brackets at the peak of the upper roof. I don't want anyone hurt or worse while working on my house, so safety equipment is going to be used for the roofing install. These rings are permanent, so any work in the future will be safe also. We are going to use the same metal roofing that we have on our other buildings. It is the most affordable, and we will have a consistent look to all of the buildings when we're done.
Our miniature schnauzers, Clive and Clara, watched with me as they were putting up the trusses. I moved to the other end so that I could video the last of the trusses going up. Then my phone died, so I had to use Tim's phone, but I got it all. While they were at this end, they went ahead and put in the lookouts and the barge board. Lookouts are short boards connected to the second truss and falling across the first truss to support the plywood and the barge board that creates an overhang on the roof. After the barge boards are put on, they will put the fascia boards across the ends of the trusses to support the gutters and make it look nice. Here is a picture of the fascia board. They put on 3/4 inch tongue and groove plywood horizontal to the trusses and staggered the joints. This side is done, now they'll move to the other side. Some of the guys had to go home, but Luke and his boys stayed to finish the job.
In the area where we live, they don't provide bird blocking with the trusses, so we had to make our own. There were 40 pieces, I believe, total, maybe 50, and I had to drill 3 holes in half of those, 2 inches in diameter, and then install screen for birds and bugs to keep them out.
They did all this in one day. It was a wonderful day. Praise God for His many blessings. Next week, we will put up all the Tyvek and siding we can reach from the ground and the scaffolding. Psalm 73, 25 through 26 says, "Whom have I in heaven but you? And there is none upon earth that I desire besides you. My flesh and my heart fail, but God is the strength of my heart and my portion forever." Thanks for watching. Have a good day.